Good afternoon and welcome to Markets Today as we have a look at the global performances of markets after the war, or should we say day 2 of the war on Ukraine. Well, looking at the market indices, the S&P 500 is up in the green 0.5%. The Dow Jones is up 0.28%. It looks like the global indices are resilient on the war. This will form part of our conversation later on, but for now, I am hosting Rachel Gathu from Kenya Private Sector Alliance, who is here to have a conversation briefly about the digital economy. Karibu sana, Rachel.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Tell us a little bit about KEPSA and perhaps Ajira Digital.
So Ajira Digital is an initiative of the government through the Ministry of ICT that aims to equip young people with the relevant skills and digital skills required for them to work. It mainly addresses the gap between skills and job. Ajira Digital is a partnership, so it's being funded by the MasterCard and it's implemented by 2 partners, Immobilis, who are the training partners, and Kenya Private Sector Alliance. So Kenya Private Sector Alliance was very vital partnership in the sense that it's an umbrella body of a lot of businesses, and with the goal of ensuring to create a stable and secure environment. So KEPSA's role within the partnership is to be able to create jobs from the private sector, just to address the demand side.
Right.
Yeah.
What has been the impact of Ajira Digital so far?
I can say the way the program was crafted was to address both the skills as well as the job part. So the skills part, over 200,000 young people have been able to undergo trainings and just being given the skills needed for them to be able to work in the digital.
And this is across the country in all the 47 countries?
Yes, it's a nationwide project, and it targets the whole 47 counties. So ideally within the skills gap, just to ensure that they are able to be up to par. Then now there's the other side of the jobs and job creation. So we understand that jobs need to come from both the public sector as well as the private sector. So our work within the Ajira program is to be able to sensitize and ensure that the private sector is able to create these jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
In what ways have you created these jobs? Or let me ask a direct question. How many jobs have you guys created so far?
I can say we did a study, and a nationwide study, and we saw that 1.2 million young people, that's about 5% of the whole population, are earning and are working online. And the way we are able to do this is, first of all, we understand that businesses have to go online for them to create jobs. So we do work with them to be able to go online. The other thing is to ensure that they are able to adopt the available.
When you say work with them, do you mean funding or provision of some equipment or capital injection? What do you mean by working with them to make sure that they are online?
Yeah, so first of all, there's the gap, or the awareness gap. So are they aware of the digital solutions that they can be able to adopt? So majority of them are aware of this. But again, even if they're aware, they're not really aware about the local available solutions. And our goal within Ajira is to make Kenya a local freelancing hub. So, so first of all, there's the awareness part for the businesses. Then we link them to these solutions that can be able to help them. So it's a value for both businesses because they're able to improve efficiency for their businesses. They're also able for them to learn new ways to work.
Rachel, what I'm trying to find out,
yes,
beyond the skills that
yes,
you give the youth,
yes,
is there any other value
yes,
that Ajira Digital offers the young people in terms of whether it's capital or, for example, networking or equipment? That's what I'm trying to find out.
Yes, yes, yes. So there's a skills part.
Okay.
There's awareness and introduction to opportunities. There's infrastructure.
Okay.
Through the government, there are about over 300 Ajira Youth Empowerment Centers located worldwide. So we understand that challenges within the nationwide, we understand that challenges within the digital economy has to do a lot with infrastructure.
Yeah.
So we also help address that. And then now there's the job part. And we understand that not all youth are actually looking for work. There's some who are entrepreneurs. So if we're able to introduce them to this avenues for them to be able to actually become job creators. So that's part of the whole angle of how we look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you say this is mostly on the digital job opportunities. In principle, what you're talking about is like freelancing, online freelancing. There's none, for example, for someone who wants to fix computers or something like that.
Okay, so I can say platforms are classified into two. There's on demand. So this is whereby if you have something, for example, the Uber model, whereby if you need something, you're easily able to go there. Then there's also the gig part. So the goal of Ajira is to introduce young people to both digital and digitally enabled. So the digitally enabled caters to those people who are entrepreneurs, who work within their own space. If you're a fundi, you can easily be able to go to a local solution and easily access work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. What is gig economy and how can businesses plug into this gig thing?
Yeah. So the gig economy is actually a subset of both digital and digitally enabled work that is being facilitated by technology. So gig economy in Kenya has been rapidly expanding over the years, and it's valued at about 109 USD million here in Kenya, and it's actually projected to increase as we continue. Of course, COVID helped accelerate this because it made people adapt to the changing times. So in terms of how businesses adopt to this, so there are a variety of opportunities for business to plug in. We know that with changes in time, it's no longer possible for businesses to set up a physical environment, have a physical setup. So it facilitates them in the sense that they're able to expand their network, thus increasing their revenue and expand even into territories that they were not able to expand before, because it eliminates the boundaries that the physical location creates. The other thing is in terms of how they are able to execute their work. A business no longer needs to have someone in this kind of profession and recruit them, and it eliminates the need for all that in the sense that there are a lot of solution providers and they can easily adopt and digitally outsource to this. So it's easier. Business just needs to go to a local platform and recruit if they're in need of an accountant and be able to secure that.
So what I'm hearing is gig economy is where, for example, I as a business person want something done.
Yes.
And I can go online.
Yes.
And perhaps get Relief Web and tell Relief Web, I need some 2 plumbers.
Yes.
And so these plumbers are probably based somewhere in Kawangware. They see my request and then they can come and do the plumbing job. I don't know if I'm getting it right.
Yes, yes. That's the digitally enabled aspect. Yes.
It sounds like a lot of fun, or should I say it's easier. But I hope that, is there like policies that have been put in government to allow this, as opposed to, for example, the NSSF doing this through the local procurement mechanism? Are they able to do this through the gig economy?
So the gig economy has been relatively new. It has been coming over the years. So in terms of the regulation, it's something that it's still work in progress.
We are coming there.
Yes, but within Ajira, we're actually trying to drive this. And because within our networks, we do work with a variety of local work platforms, just to ensure that they are able to integrate some of the policies, social protection issues that are able to cater and address the needs of young people. Because we know within the gig, they might not fall within the normal having health insurance and all that. So trying to see how we can be able to help them provide this. So it's something that we are working on.
All right. Before I let you go, we have to talk about this e-shilling thing by the central bank, and you being people of digital and digitally enabled, you would understand this better. I don't know, but how will this e-shilling affect the local economy?
Okay, so within the digital economy, because it's actually people operating in a global scale, So the normal ways of transacting and changing and converting from Kenya shillings to dollars and all that has always been a challenge because of the high costs, and there are a lot of cost implications.
Translation costs.
Yes, transaction costs. So what the digital currencies and also what's within the e-shilling, what it hopes to help is to be able to ease in this. We know that locally there are a lot of digital currencies that are currently ongoing throughout the world, but these ones are not regulated, so it's not per se one that we would like to delve more into. But within the e-shilling, I think because it's something that the central bank government it's coming, so it's something that they'll be able to easily regulate. It will help ease and facilitate that for the gig workers.
Is the private sector, and as the private sector umbrella body, you feel that this is the right way to go for the country in terms of digitizing our currency?
Yes, because the world is changing, and if you don't adapt, then you might be left behind. So the good thing is that it's something that is coming more so like a pilot. We see how it goes, and then as it expands. So digitizing currencies would it's a good move, but I would probably say let's first wait and see how it goes. Yeah.
You want to take the careful attitude around it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think we'll leave it for today. We can leave it there. I don't know if you have any final remarks to the Republic on the matters of gig economy and Ajira Digital.
I would say what Ajira is really trying to do is something that is of benefit to the whole economy and to the whole society. So it's not just a program for the youth, because we know that we are a growing nation. So it needs the participation of both the private sector, the businesses, large corporates, as well as young people. And given that this is something that is currently growing and expanding, I think it's something that as the businesses we can take part by adopting all these digital solutions available, and more so looking at the local available solutions that are currently available within the country. For young people, gaining skills, it's something that is vital. We are always learning. Even you never say that you've reached the end. So I think it's important for all of us to really look, because there are great opportunities for everyone within the economy.
Thank you very much, Rachel, for joining us for Markets Today. Well, that was Rachel Gathu from Kenya Private Sector Alliance, and we were talking about the gig economy and the opportunities present for young people in the digital economy, as it were. When we come back, because we are going to take a break, when we come back, we will talk about Ukraine and Russia, and we'll talk about war and money, and in particular, war and money touching on the regional economies in East Africa. Don't go away, stay tuned.